Hey friends, so we are back together again to go ahead and continue furthering our learning on our learning target of I can interpret motion graphs. So again, we're going to pause and rewind as needed so that way you can have appropriate understanding. And of course, make sure that you have something to write on, something to write with. There's no true notes during this module, but always good to take some notes for yourself and make sure that you have those so that way it can help you during the practice review and apply. All right, so we're going to continue working with these questions of looking at the title, looking at the axis, what happened, and then we're going to look at the question because of course we do have multiple choice questions on our EOG and such. And so we're going to try to get into the habit of doing this routine first before I even look at the question. So that way I make sure that I get the question right. All right, so let's look at this right here. So I have the distance traveled by sailboats. Okay, so I've looked at the title. So I know I'm talking about sailboats. It looks like there's two sailboats, an A and a B. Looking at axes, I have distance over here again, time again in seconds and meters. Okay, so what happened? So I noticed that they both went for 10 seconds. Okay. A went 10 meters and B only went 5 meters. So I can tell that A definitely went farther, but they stopped at the same amount of time. All right, I think I've kind of understood what's happened. So now let's go ahead and look at our question. What can be proven by the graph? Sailboat A traveled farther, sailboat B traveled farther. Well, because I've already answered my question of what happened, I instantly know this. Okay, well, A traveled farther, and that is the correct answer. So that's why it's so important to think through this process first before you go to the question. So that way we can be sure that we're choosing the answer that best matches the knowledge that I have from the graph. Let's do one more together. So again, we're going to look at the title, look at the axis, and then ask ourselves what happened, and then we'll look at the question. All right, so again, looking at our caterpillar graph from last time. So I already know that it's about a caterpillar, position, and time. I noticed that he took 2 breaks, and he went fastest during this time right here. And this is where he went back 1 centimeter. All right, so now that I have all of that in mind, let's go ahead. Oh, again, we have a what can be proven by the graph. All right, so the caterpillar moved at a steady pace. No, because I've already noted that he has 2 breaks and that he went faster here. So obviously that's not a steady pace. Steady pace means when we're going at the same pace the entire time. The caterpillar went back towards his starting spot after 40 seconds. Okay, I do know that that's correct because there's my 40 seconds and he went back. So it could be B. And then let's look at C. The caterpillar increased speed at 30 seconds. I'm looking at 30 seconds. No, he did not increase. He took a break there. So it has to be B. All right, friends, make sure that you have rewinded, paused, however you need to make sure that you have appropriate understanding. And as you move towards your next practice, you're going to be looking at some graphs again, but then looking at the multiple choice questions with them.